everybody's having a good time. That's what it's about. It's not like, oh, I don't want to see it. No. I just want to make sure everybody's having a good time.
Right.
So.
Well, we are excited for your induction tomorrow, Derek, being inducted into the Tennessee Sports Hall of Fame tomorrow night. So
Yes.
Congratulations once again.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Should be an exciting weekend for Derek. We've got a fun show planned for you today. The SEC preseason poll was released, and just like we said yesterday, D-Mase, Vanderbilt did get first place votes.
Yes,
they did. They got 2 first place votes.
Wasn't it last year they got 1?
I think so.
Some one guy in the program. Yeah.
There's one guy who always seems to vote Vandy to win the SEC, but this year they got 2.
In 10 years, it will be 10.
Slowly,
10 years from now, I'll be 12.
Slowly but surely, it's going up. Auburn also got a first place vote, which honestly, if I look at those 2 teams, I probably would say Vanderbilt has a little bit better odds of being the SEC champion.
Ooh.
I mean,
are we talking about Auburn's program falling that far? And I say it, and it's almost like a disrespect to Van. Like I'm putting Vandy down. I'm not. They've done a lot to get themselves, from where they were, and they still got a ways to go. But I think every program, at least if you're talking about the history of the SEC, at least the last 10, 15, 20 years, that if you are worse than Vandy,
right,
that's bad.
But I actually saw.
But I love Vandy. But it's just you
right. No, I get what you're saying. Yeah, it's that for a while Vandy was considered to be in the basement of the SEC,
cellar dweller.
And if you're seen as below Vanderbilt for a long time, that was not a great thing. But
exactly,
we saw what they did last year. I did see on Twitter today that Auburn and Vanderbilt, their season or their career series against each other, 22 and 22. They are 500. So their battle in November will be for the all-time series lead between those two.
Let's go, Vandy.
We will dive more into the SEC preseason poll, which again came out earlier this afternoon. Later in the show, Texas projected to be the SEC champion. We'll also look at the all-conference teams. A couple of players in the state put on the first team all SEC list as well. I do want to say before we dive in, I have a question of the day that I want all of our audience to answer, but I'm so glad to have baseball back. The last 2 days have been tough. Those are the only 2 days, I believe, outside of maybe. Now, are those the only 2 days out of the calendar year
where there's
none of the 4 major sports on?
It may just be because
by the time
there was no women's WNBA game, was it?
No, they're on the All-Star break right now.
Yeah, you're right.
Once baseball ends, basketball and hockey have started up again. Football's obviously started up.
Yep.
And then by the time those end, baseball's back. So pretty much it's year round. I think the 2 days after the All-Star game are the only time where we just have almost zero sports. So I am very happy to look up here in the studio and see the Cubs and Red Sox playing. We have baseball back today, which, I know a lot of people out there aren't huge baseball fans. We don't talk a whole lot about baseball because, there's not a team here. But I'm excited to look up and actually see live sports again after 2 days off. So I want to get to what is going to be the basis of the first half of our show today. We are going to do Ask D-Mase at 4:30. I know Adam and Willie did Ask Them Anything on the midday show.
It was Ask Adam and Willie anything.
Yes, Ask Adam and Willie anything. But it's a Friday. We said it yesterday. If D-Mase is on the air, we're doing Ask D-Mase. So that'll be at 4:30. But first, I want to ask everybody out there. It is our last Fireball Hot Take Friday here on Stillman & Company before training camp. So it is time to unload all of your hot takes. What is your biggest hot take for the Titans season? I want some bold ones in here. And it could be good. It could be bad. This could be as far from, we've already seen some texters, Connor and I, of the Titans are going to go 11-5 and win the division this year.
Some of them sit back here in the studio with me on a daily basis. And it's not Nick Frazier who's still here.
Yes, Dr. Crane's still hanging around back there. It could also be something very bad, like the Titans are going to be the first team ever to go 0-17. So I want them all. 615-737-1025 is our phone number. Our phone line's driven by WilsonCountyHyundai.com. You can text or call. Again, that is going to be the basis of most of the first half of today's show is what is your hot take around the Titans heading into training camp? I'm going to give us a chance to formulate these, and we're going to come back on the other side of this first break, and we're going to give ours. But I think there's a lot of good ones out there, and I know our listening audience, they love the hot take, and we're going to get some good ones.
Are we looking for, because saying that I think saying 0-17 would be more of a hot take than saying they would finish 11-5. But really, do we realistically think they're going to finish 0-17?
No.
But I would tend to think a hot take would be something that can actually can happen. I don't think they're that bad where they are 0-17. I think they will stumble into one game, if that being the low mark.
Right.
But 0-17.
I mean, there's never been a team to go 0-17.
No,
because the Browns and Lions both went 0-16. Exactly. But since we've gone to a 17-game schedule, no one has gone winless. I'm not saying I think the Titans are going to do that. I think the Titans will be better than last year. But with our listeners, there is a polarizing view of how the Titans are going to be this year. There are a lot of people that are pretty optimistic about the Titans. There are a lot more people who are pretty pessimistic about the team. I don't know if anybody believes they're going to go 0-17 then.
Yeah, and I wonder, are there individuals or like a subset group of people that are just scared to believe that the Titans are going to do well because they thought in the past that they would do well and they end up not doing well, or they thought they could fix the offensive line and then come and they can't fix the offensive line. So there are a group that thinks, I want to, but I'm scared.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying in March when all the debate was, should the Titans take Cam Ward or should they trade the pick? I think Titans fans are scared, and I thought they were scared of taking Cam Ward because of Jake Locker and Vince Young and Marcus Mariota. I think there is a little bit of scare. Titans fans are a little bit afraid when it comes to wanting to believe in a young quarterback.
They're hesitant in believing, even though there's something in them that says, believe it.
They don't want to get hurt again.
Yeah, it's like a relationship.
Right.
Yeah.
If you put yourself out there, you can't get hurt if you have low expectations. And I feel like that's what a lot of these Titans fans have. I'm not saying I have high expectations. I'm on record saying I think 5 to 7 wins for the Titans is probably reasonable. But I also believe in Cam Ward. And based on a couple of our texters that I'm seeing here I think a couple people do believe in Cam Ward too. So again, our question today, what is your biggest hot take for the Titans in 2025? It is the final Fireball Hot Take Friday here on the program before training camp. So we're unloading all of them. What do you think the Titans will look like in 2025? And again, this doesn't have to be the team. It could be an individual player that you think is going to have a great year or a bad year. We want all of them. 615-737-1025 is our phone number. Feel free to chime in. Our phone line's driven by WilsonCountyHyundai.com. Matt on our text line, I do want to apologize, especially with Dr. Crane back there. I said no sports for 2 days, but Nashville SC did play on Wednesday.
Oh, well, excuse us.
I did say major 4 teams, like major 4 sports.
American.
Yes.
But yeah, the major 4 sports in America are NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL.
Yes.
So that was the point I was trying to make. But yes, Nashville SC did play and win on Wednesday night. Congratulations. They beat the Columbus Crew 3-0. Or 3-0. 615-737-1025 is our phone number. Again, what is your Titans hot take for the year? We've got some flying in on the text line. You can text or call. We will give ours coming up next, and then we will get to all of yours later on in this first hour. Jake Lyman, Derek Mason, Connor Newt in for Jared Stillman today. Stillman & Company, 102.5, 106.3 The Game. Tune into ESPN 94.9 The Fan today as the Nashville Sounds take on Indianapolis. Pregame begins at 6:20. The first pitch is at 6:35. Coverage also available on the Game Nashville app and at thegamenashville.com. Sounds baseball on ESPN 94.9 The Fan is presented by Twin Peaks and Family Leisure. Jake Lyman, Derek Mason, Connor Newt with you in for Jared Stillman today. Jared again back on Monday as we gear up for Titans training camp. And our question for all of you out there today, what is your biggest Titans hot take on this Fireball Hot Take Friday? We will give ours in just a second. We're seeing them pouring in on our text line driven by WilsonCountyHyundai.com. But let's start by going to our phone lines. James in Ashland City wants to get in on the conversation. James, thanks for waiting. Go ahead.
Well, I wouldn't call it a hot take. I think that term is way overused, but that's me. I don't mean to sabotage the show. That's not why I called. But I do think that you're going to see Cam Ward have a pretty good year simply because the offensive line is as best as it's been since they traded away Jack Conklin, which I'm still pissed off about. That ever since
Amen, brother.
Yeah. So if you disagree with me on that take, let me know. Ever since Jack Conklin was traded away to the Browns, every year the line just got just a little worse and then worse. And then Taylor Lewan goes and retires early. It just was. Then we had Andre Dillard and Aaron Brewer was just a hot dumpster fire. But I think they did a lot of good things that made the offensive line a lot better. And you're going to see that this year, I promise. I guarantee that. That's my, if you want to call it a hot take. I'd love to hear your feedback. And if, Jared, you're listening, congratulations on the baby. I don't think I've talked to you since you had the baby. Guys, have a great weekend.
Appreciate the call,
Thank
James.
Well,
yeah, I like it. I've said before that in terms of investment in the offensive line, the Titans have not skimped. Like, that's first-round picks, big contracts, former All-Pros that are on that offensive line. If everybody stays healthy, and Lloyd Cushenberry is healthy to start the season, we've said it before, I can't imagine it's not going to be better.
I can't see it not being better. Now, we said that last season because Dillard was no longer on the offensive line, and they turned out to be just as bad or at times even worse. But I do believe this because the one thing I can fault the Titans for with Will Levis is that they anticipated guys being better than what they actually were or what they had already shown. So you put a guy underneath center that the only way it seemed like he was going to have any success it was if the line was completely clean for him. Completely, because even at times when the line was clean, he still didn't do the things necessary consistently enough to move the ball down the field. So if the line is just 40%, 30%, hell, better than what they have been over the last two seasons, I believe Cam Ward has the ability, unlike Will Levis didn't show, at being consistent at taking the chunks or taking the small plays that are going to pay big dividends along the way. Will Levis didn't learn how to do that. He didn't learn how to take the little throws here and there, and move the ball methodically down the field. I think Cam Ward understands that. Yeah,
Will Levis, he would panic a lot. Yes. And even when he did have a clean pocket, it still felt like he was under duress, maybe just in his own mind.
Yeah.
Cam Ward's so relaxed that I don't think that's going to be an issue this year.
Yeah. So if the offensive line, like the caller said, he believes the offensive line is much better than what they have been. And if that is indeed the case, then like he said, I think Cam Ward's going to have a pretty good year underneath center.
All right, let's get to our hot takes here. I've got plenty on the text line. We'll do those in the next segment. Connor Newt, do you have a Titans hot take that is burning on your mind right now?
I'll give you a bit of a bold one.
Okay, I love it.
Alec Ayomanor will finish with 700 yards and 5 touchdowns this season.
Wow, I like that. That's a great rookie season for a 4th-round rookie. And not impossible. We talked with TD yesterday, and TD said that he thinks Alec is going to be the starting X receiver by the time they get to the regular season.
That was the inspiration. I was like, if TD is in on him, I should probably hop in on him too.
If he stays healthy and he is the starter the whole year, I think it's realistic to see him get into that 600, 700-yard range. So I like it. That is a good hot take. D-Mase, do you have one that you're thinking of?
I have Simmons and Sweat will combine for 15 sacks this season.
15. I like it.
Yes. And to be more specific, I think Simmons will have 10 and Big Sweat will have 5.
Okay.
I think that's how it goes down.
I like that. Simmons has said
he hasn't reached double-digit sacks since he's been here. He got 9, I think, the 1 year, or 8.
Yes, was that 2021?
Yeah, but he never reached double digits. So
I like it. And if T Sweat is giving you 5 sacks, you feel really good about that.
Yeah,
if he's getting 5 sacks, I think that is a great season from T'Vondre Sweat. I am also going to go pass catchers for mine. I'm also kind of going off what TD said yesterday. Mm-hmm. I'm going to say by the throughout the entire year, Gunnar Helm will finish with the most receiving yards and most receiving touchdowns among the Titans tight ends. I
1000% agree with that.
I will say that Gunnar Helm, it may not be that way the entire season, but once you look at the entirety of the year, Gunnar Helm will have been the most productive Titans tight end.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's not far-fetched.
I'm trying to keep it at least in the scope of reality.
Yeah, I think we'll learn a lot once camp start. Because if Chig doesn't separate himself, it's going to, and I think it's going to be a long battle anyway. But if Chig doesn't separate himself from the other 2 tight ends, really, he may end up being a guy left out, so to speak.
Yep.
If he isn't consistent, because that's Chig's problem. Chig is just not consistent. And then you got Wiley, who just wasn't into the offense last year. He seems like he has some ability.
And he's had the concussion issues too, which is just, it's tough when it feels like every once in a while he just takes a hit and you lose him for a month.
So you may be dealing with someone that's just susceptible to concussions. And, he may have to miss a couple of games during the season. Right. So, Gunnar Helm is going to have a great opportunity to find himself with a lot of playing time, because they ain't drafted him in the 4th round?
4th round.
They ain't drafted him in the 4th round just to come in and be a special teams player. They believe in him enough that he can be a starter on this team, I'm sure.
Yeah, and Chig and Wiley were both day 3 picks too, so it's not out of the realm of possibility that Helm unseats both of them. I had another one in mind that I thought was more of a stretch, and I just want to get your guys' thoughts on it. I don't know if I believe it, and I don't know if it's completely realistic.
You got to believe it,
but
don't you?
We had the whole conversation last year with Titans have never had a 4,000-yard passer in a season. Could Cam Ward do it in his rookie year? That was my other one because you remember it's 3:15 on a Friday. Usually Corey Curtis is on the program. Corey Curtis saying that he thought Will Levis getting 4,000 yards last year was a slam dunk. Sorry, Corey, for bringing it up again if you're listening. But I don't know if it's going to happen. He's a rookie. And if he did get 4,000 yards, it would be an offensive rookie of the year type season. But I don't know if it's impossible.
There were only 6 quarterbacks that threw for 4,000 yards or more. Now, there were about another 5 or 10 that were close, like within 500 yards. But there are only 6 that eclipsed the 4,000-yard mark.
Yeah, that's why I didn't go with it.
I mean, it's more of a stretch. That is a hot take right there. That is truly a hot take, because I'm trying to see no rookie quarterback were amongst the 4,000 yards passers. Now, Jaden Daniels and Caleb Williams both had 3,500 yards as rookies. So it's not far-fetched to say, it's a hot take, yes, but it's not too far-fetched to say these guys could get close to it. Well, Cam Ward can get close to it. Even more so eclipse it. But that would mean that everything around him is really clean.
Right. And you would think if he gets over 4,000 yards, one of 2 things happened. Either the defense is horrible and they're playing from behind the entire time, or the team's pretty good. I would think the former would be more likely. There have only ever been 5 rookie quarterbacks to throw for 4,000 yards in their first season.
Let me see.
Yeah, dude. Any guesses?
Jameis Winston.
Correct. Jameis Winston, 4,042 in 2015. These are
Uh,
all within the last 15 years.
CJ Stroud.
CJ Stroud, 4,108.
Jaden Daniels.
Jaden Daniels did not. 35.68 last year.
Justin Herbert.
Correct. Justin Herbert, 43.36 in 2020.
Joe Burrow.
He was hurt.
He tore his ACL.
Right.
Yeah, tore his ACL.
The other two were early 2010s.
Early 2010s. I was going to say it wasn't Trevor Lawrence, was it?
No, Trevor
Baker Mayfield.
Nope. Both got over 3,600 yards though.
Okay.
Matthew Stafford.
No, Matthew Stafford. Where was he? He must have gotten hurt because he's not on here.
Because Jared Goff didn't play his rookie year.
One of them won the Heisman.
Kyler Murray, not Kyler Murray.
Not Kyler
Bradford,
Murray.
Sam Bradford.
Nope. One of them won the Heisman and the national championship.
Heisman in it, not Matt Leinart.
The other one,
Carson Palmer.
Nope. 2011 and 2012, back-to-back seasons. Both these guys threw for 4,000 yards. Both were the number one.
Cam Newton.
Cam Newton
and why am I forgetting now? 2012. Cam was 2011, right?
Yeah, Cam was 2011. The most passing yards by a rookie quarterback in NFL history was in 2012 by the number one overall pick.
Who was the number one overall pick?
Why are we blanking on this?
Yeah,
what's wrong with us?
Blanking on this?
Andrew Luck.
Come on,
man.
man.
Because he's not in the NFL no more.
He's been retired for 10 years.
Don't nobody even think about Andrew Luck anymore.
Andrew Luck, 43.74. So it's only happened 5 times. And again, that's and in fact, the 5 times Winston had 4,000. The next closest is Mac Jones with 3,800. So anybody who's had more than 3,801 in NFL history in the rookie season has gotten to 4,000. So we'll see. I didn't say it was my hot take. I just wanted to gauge the
That is a hot take, though.
Right.
That's burning.
Yes. And I don't think it's going to happen. I would put him more in the probably 34 to 3,700 range if he stays healthy the whole year, but not impossible. 615-737-1025 is our phone number. Again, we are asking you for your hot takes today. It is the final Fireball Hot Take Friday here on Stillman & Company before NFL training camps open up. What is your Titans hot take for 2025? We have lots of them on the text line. You can get yours in. We will go through them coming up next. Jake Lyman, Derek Mason, Connor Newt in for Jared Stillman today. Stillman & Company, 102.5, 106.3 The Game.
Happy Friday, everyone. This is Derek Mason, and you heard me tell you about Dr. Lodge and his staff over at Cool Springs MD for some time. If you set out to lose weight, chances are it's not your first time setting a resolution to shed some extra pounds only to face disappointment. But I got some good news for you, because at Cool Springs MD, Dr. Lodge and his team understands the frustration of this cycle, and that is why they offer a different approach to weight loss. Their comprehensive weight loss program is led by Dr. Jeffrey Lodge and addresses the root cause of weight gain with tailored nutrition, exercise, blood test supplements, and more. They will customize a program specific to you and you only. And I'm gonna tell you, hey, they put one together for me, and it has worked tremendously. I've dropped some weight. I hope I'm looking good. I think I look good in my clothes when I put them on, but you can too. So again, connect with Dr. Lodge at CoolSpringsMD.com today to schedule your appointment for a personalized weight loss plan just for you. That's Cool Springs MD, where your weight loss journey becomes a success story.
The Borchetta Bourbon Music City Grand Prix is coming to the Nashville Superspeedway Labor Day weekend, and 102.5 The Game has your chance to win VIP tickets to the IndyCar race. Text in the keyword RACE, R-A-C-E now, to 615-737-1025 to be entered to win a pair of VIP tickets. For more information on the event, visit musiccitygp.com. Jake Lyman, Derek Mason, Connor Newt with you. Jared out until next week. He'll be back on Monday. We are taking your Titans hot takes right now here on the final Fireball Hot Take Friday before Titans training camp. Let's go to our text line driven by WilsonCountyHyundai.com. We have plenty of them on the text line right now. We start with Caleb. Caleb says his hot take is Ward will be good, but brought down by the joke of a roster we have and the downright refusal to add any real talent around him. 6-11 record. I don't know if that's much of a hot take. That feels like the expectation for a lot of Titans fans is like
6-11.
Right. 6-11. Ward's going to be decent, but they're not going to be very good as a team.
Yeah, because it seems like this is going to be I don't want to say methodical thing, but it's going to be done in steps. And you just hope that, Cam Ward is good enough, sort of like Jaden Daniels, CJ Stroud, that he can kind of elevate even in his first year. Your roster may not be a really good roster, but it's good enough, and then the quarterback helps elevate it, like CJ Stroud did with Houston, even though I thought Houston's overall roster was better than the Titans is now, than what the Titans are now, excuse me. But I think if he plays well, and I think this is a better roster than it was last year. That I do believe.
I agree.
I think he can elevate them, like you said, to like the texter said, to a 6-11, 7-10 record.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the Titans roster is very good. But we've said before that Titans went 3-14 last year. If they had competent quarterback play, they'd probably win 3 or 4 more games.
Yeah, that in a better offensive line, just a slightly better offensive line,
a competent offensive line.
Let's just say that,
and a quarterback who doesn't throw the game away. The Titans would have been a middle of the pack team.
They would have had 2 more wins,
right?
They would have had 2 more.
I think you get 5, 6, 7, which is kind of what I expect for this year. Andrew from Dover, Cam Ward will win Offensive Rookie of the Year, like that. Actually, I'll look up the odds on that. Here's the hot take. The Titans will make the playoffs, too, from Andrew from Dover.
Oh, wow. Well, listen, if Cam wins Offensive Rookie of the Year, because I'm trying to figure, Caleb Williams didn't win it last year. It was Jaden Daniels, right?
Yes, Jaden Daniels won it.
So with that being said, if he's winning Offensive Rookie of the Year at the quarterback position, then your team's good. I don't think they're giving it to you when you're 6-12. 6-10. Oh yeah, 6-11, 7-10. They're not giving it to you when you're right. Your team, I think, has to be good.
I'm looking up the Offensive Rookie of the Year odds. It looks like I would guess Ashton Genty is probably the favorite, but yes. So Genty is the favorite, plus 270. Cam Ward right behind him at plus 300. So those are your favorites, and then Travis Hunter, Ted McMillan, Tyler Shuck is in the mix, and then a couple of running backs, Amarian Hampton, Travion Henderson. So Genty and Ward are the 2 favorites. So not a super hot take to say Cam Ward wins Offensive Rookie of the Year, but making the playoffs for sure.
But I think both. I don't think one can exist. I think the playoffs can exist without Cam Ward winning the rookie of the year, but I don't think he can win the Rookie of the Year and them not make the playoffs.
It's a good point. If the Titans go 4,
unless every rookie is just like
right, if Genty only runs for 800 yards or something like that, I could see it. I think Cam Ward will be right in the mix for Offensive Rookie of the Year, especially because the quarterback rookies you don't even know if any of the other ones are going to start. Like, I would guess Jackson Dart's probably not going to start.
He may have a higher probability some point in the season.
At
start, maybe not to start off.
Right. Russell Wilson's probably starting week 1.
I think Dart starts by week 8.
Okay.
Wow. Hot take there.
Book it.
All right.
Oh, he booked it too.
Wow.
Definitely. Ain't no change in that.
Ian, write it down.
That's not even writing it down. Well, that's an image right there. You can never do that. That one's just there forever now.
Yeah, right. I mean, we will come back to that in October, Connor. I hope you know that. Tyler Shuck might start but that's because the Saints are going to be horrible. Same with
yeah.
Shedeur Sanders in Cleveland. So if Cam Ward has a good season and none of the running backs or wide receivers are elite, there's a good chance he wins it. Jared from Spring Hill, negative hot take here. He goes, Callahan gets canned after getting drubbed by Vrabel and company at home in November.
Ooh, that is a hot take. Because
we've seen it before, though.
I think we have seen it, but I believe that Amy wouldn't make that drastic of a move once again. I don't think she would do that, especially having a first-year quarterback. I believe she will allow, just let it play out, knowing that at the end of the season, we're moving on. But I don't see them firing, especially after, because the New England game early, isn't it?
It's week 7, week 8, somewhere in there.
Almost middle of the season. But if they lose, now if they are, if they hadn't won a game up to that point, and say one game or won one game and look bad in others, and then they lose to New England, then yes, okay. But if they're still competitive and then they end up losing to New England, I'm not sure if she's gonna do the same thing twice.
Right. You have to know the context of what's going on before the New England game.
Exactly.
But if they're
it's a hot take.
If they're 1-6 heading into that game and Vrabel comes in here and beats you by 30.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw it after AJ Brown spanked the goalpost that,
I hope she wouldn't do that, but if you're 1-6 and you end up losing that game, man, you might as well. Yeah, I think you may have to pack your bags.
There might be a chance. Collins also says Cam wins Rookie of the Year. I think that's a popular one. 0454 says if the AFC South continues to be terrible, the Titans could make the playoffs. I don't see it, but I also do understand that there isn't a world beater in this division. And the Texans on paper are the best, but we've seen teams that look like the Texans just, lay an egg at some points. The Jaguars back in, was that 18?
Mm-hmm.
The year after they made the AFC Championship, everybody kind of thought that they were going to take the next step, and then they were horrible. So who knows?
I'm going to tell you something. And I think this will be definitely a hot take. Is that I'm looking at these teams within this conference, the AFC South. In every team, there's a if. Like, if this happened, if this happened, if this happened. Every team has that one if. And that one if is that one position that must work. It's the quarterback. You look at Indianapolis, whether it's Daniel Jones or Richardson. If it pops for either one, Indy has a good roster. Indy had a good roster. Jacksonville, if it pops with Trevor Lawrence, Jacksonville has a good roster.
Agreed.
We know what Houston is already. And we look at the Titans and we say, if Cam Ward and that offensive line, if the offensive line is much better than what they were last year, this is a much different team than they have been. This might end up being one of the most competitive divisions in the AFC. I think the most competitive division, obviously, I think at least, is the AFC North.
I agree.
And then maybe the AFC West with Harbaugh coming
AFC
in.
West. I think NFC East, NFC North would be in there too.
Exactly. So I think at the end of the season, this is hot take, that this will be outside of the NFC North, AFC North. This will be the toughest division.
Wow. I like it. And I could see it with the Colts. I just don't know about the quarterback situation, but Jacksonville, they do have the pieces there to be good. If Trevor Lawrence stays healthy and you just see him start, I'm not saying he's going to be in that tier with Mahomes and Allen and Burrow, but if he could get up to being Justin Herbert or CJ Stroud, that's good enough for the Jaguars to win this division.
Jacksonville has everything you need to be a legitimate team. They have it all.
Right.
Now can Liam Cohen and Trevor Lawrence, can Liam Cohen finally unlock Trevor Lawrence completely? and he stays healthy. That's
Yeah.
his problem too. He's been nicked up the last couple of years. They have the wide receivers, they have the running back, their offensive line needs to be developed a little bit more, but I think they will be a show. They got a pretty good defense. Again, we've said this from year in and year out. Every once in a while, Jacksonville, watch out for them, especially since Trevor Lawrence been there. But again, the one if, and I know it's a big if, all three of these teams have the same big if.
Right. It's
but
all
if
the
it
quarterbacks.
hits, I mean, you could be talking about a division that they're competing for those last two playoff spots come the last few games of the season.
Mo on our text line says the Titans win the division at 8-9. I think if the Titans win the division, it comes at 8-9 or 9-8. I
think it's going to be even more competitive than that.
Really? You think 10, 11 wins?
I think you're going to have to win 10 games to win this division. And that's why I think this division is going to be so competitive. I really do. It may not look like it now. And I understand the past 4 seasons, it's been sort of in the dumps and really the last 2 seasons because Houston has taken them both and it hadn't been really close. But I think if they can get the quarterback situation figured out with those other 3 teams, because I believe at least 2 of them have a really good roster, a roster that can rival Houston's roster. The Titans are a little bit lower than that, but I think if all those quarterbacks shows vast improvement and Cam Ward pops, this is going to be a tough division. It really is.
Heading into training camp, all 32 teams, there are a certain amount of ifs that could get you to the playoffs.
Yes.
I think the Titans have more than a lot of other teams, but you just never know, right? Like if the offensive line is good, if Cam Ward pops in year 1, if the rookie pass catchers look like they're going to be starting level players, if L'Jarius Sneed returns to form, like there's a whole lot of ifs, but if most of them happen, who knows what could happen?
Yeah.
So we will see. 615-737-1025 is our phone number. We have a lot of these to get to. Connor, do you mind if I call an audible here?
It's your show, pal.
It's not. It's Jared's. But I'm going to call.
I'm
going to call an audible here. We were going to go to Newt's notes, but let's stick with hot takes now. We push Newt notes to 4:15.
Fine by me.
Deal. Let's do it. We're going to stick with hot takes. 615-737-1025 is our phone number. What is your Titans hot take as we are within a week of training camp? Jake Lyman, Derek Mason, Connor Newt in for Jared Stillman today here on a Fireball Hot Take Friday. Stillman and Company, 102.5, 106.3 The Game. Stillman and Company, 102.5, 106.3 The Game. Jake Lyman, Derek Mason, Connor Newt in for Jared Stillman today. It is a Fireball Hot Take Friday. We've spent the first hour of the show getting your Titans hot takes ahead of training camp next week. We're extending it here because we've gotten a lot into our text line driven by WilsonCountyHyundai.com. Let's get to a couple more here. Matthew in Nashville has a couple of trade takes. He goes, Simmons will be traded by the deadline. That one's interesting to me. Okay. And he also says the Titans will trade Will Levis for a second-round draft pick or something close. Somebody's quarterback will get hurt in training camp, and the Titans will hilariously fleece a team into taking Levis. So 2 trades there from Matthew in Nashville. Thoughts on the Levis one? I think his second-round pick's a little bit high.
Yeah.
But decent. Simmons getting traded by the deadline, that's a hot take.
That is truly a hot take because unless this team is in a position where, they are in line to pick number 1 overall again, then there may be a chance because then I think they feel, he's going to be wanting another contract next year. We need to get a little younger. We need to get talent immediately.
Get more draft picks.
Exactly. Especially if Jeff. See, the dilemma will be if Jeff is having a good season. That'll be the dilemma. On one hand, it's like, well, we can trade him away now and may get, his value is the highest it's probably going to be. But then the other thing is like, damn, but he's playing so good. And he can further help us. Even if we are having a bad season this year, he can help us the next year. That's going to be the dilemma that the Titans are going to be in. But yeah, that is a hot take. The Will Levis one, like you said,
I think he's going to get traded.
Second round is high. Yeah, but I can see them trading Will Levis, especially before the season starts.
Matthew in Nashville also says L'Jarius Sneed will not suit up for the Titans this year. You've seen him play his last snap as a Titan. I think L'Jarius Sneed's going to touch the field at some point this year.
Of course, even if he's suspended, I think he's still. But then again, if he's suspended, the Titans can theoretically get out of the contract that he's in. I don't think nothing's going to come of it, at least not during the season. So I think as long as he's healthy, I think he will play at least this season. Now, how long he plays, now that is the big question. It's not if he's going to play, I think.
The Titans are so thin at cornerback now. It's like if he's healthy and not suspended, he's going to be on the field. Oh, yeah,
he's definitely going to be
on the field. I think we'll see L'Jarius Sneed. Here's a good one. I think this is my favorite so far. Jeff from Thompson Station. Mm-hmm. The Titans will have a punt return or a kick return touchdown within the first 3 games of the year.
Wow, if they do that, I got Bones Fossil he's going to have the key to the city. If they have some returns before, the 3rd game of the season, at least one before the 3rd game of the season. Yeah, because it's been looking pretty bleak. Just catching the football has been looking bleak.
When is the last
punt returner
return touchdown other than the A.J. Brown onside kick?
And I don't. It's
I don't
return.
I don't count
that
one. I don't
count that one. Yeah, in the sense of an actual return, kicking it deep and returning it. The last may have been 2000. It was when Vrabel was here, I believe. So was it 2018? Somewhere around there, 18, 17. Was it?
I mean, it's got to be like did Darius okay. Oh, I found it.
Renard, or was it? No,
Darius Jennings had a kickoff return touchdown in 2018.
Yeah, that was Vrabel's 2nd year, right?
And then Raynaud was 2012. Yeah. That was the last one before that. So outside of the A.J. Brown kickoff return for a touchdown, the Titans have had 1 kickoff return for a touchdown since 2012.
That's punt return too? They got
I haven't found punt return, but the Titans had 3 in 3 years. Mariani had one in 2010, Tommy Campbell in 2011, and Darius Raynaud in 2012. Let's see punt return.
So they're on a drought right about now.
Yes. They have not had one in outside of the onside kick 6 seasons since then. Let's see punt returns.
Well, shoot, if I'm telling you, if they accomplish that, boy, give Coach Fossil the key to the city.
I think Raynaud's the last one with a punt return touchdown in 2012. Wow. So
Seriously?
You've had one return touchdown since 2012. That is insane. So
yes,
I love it from Jeff from Thompson Station. He says Titans will have one not only just this season, but within the first 3 games of the year.
All right.
I like it. Adam in Portland, he says, my Titans hot take is the Titans will have an electric return game this year. I didn't even plan that to be the next one. He said with DK or one of these fast young players, along with a good special teams coach. His secondary hot take is that Will Levis starts games by week 5, but not for the Titans.
Ooh, wow. Okay.
I like that.
That's an interesting one.
That is an interesting one. Wow. Who could he possibly start a game for next year? I'm looking, man.
So me and TD have had the same thought pretty much since the Bengals game last year, when it became pretty apparent that Will Levis wasn't going to be the starting quarterback here next year, that a reunion with Liam Cohen in Jacksonville makes so much sense. To just go be the backup. Who is the Jaguars' backup quarterback?
Man, let me see.
They did sign someone, but I don't know if it's somebody. Nick Mullins.
Okay.
So, is Nick Mullins good enough that you wouldn't trade a bag of footballs for Will Levis to get him to be your backup quarterback?
It also depends on who gets desperate enough by week 5. Who goes down with injury and who wants to settle for Will Levis as the starter. We've talked about this before, Jake. At that point, you either go all in or you throw the season away.
Right. So Adam in Portland, I like it. Who would have thought that Malik Willis would be starting games by week 3 last year? So,
hey, listen, Nick Mullins is his completion percentage is 100. It's 100. He's 1 for 1.
Never had one hit the ground.
As a matter of fact, he's 2 for 2. Never had one hit the ground. 2 passes, 2 catches, and that was it.
I love it. 615-737-1025. Last call for hot takes. We are going to do one more quick segment and get to the last couple here that we haven't gotten to on the text line. We are going through all of your Titans 2025 hot takes, good or bad, as we move towards training camp next week. We still got a couple to get to, so we'll get to those coming up next. Jake Lyman, Derek Mason, Connor Newt, wrapping up hour number 1 here on Stillman & Company, 102.5, 106.3 The Game. Stillman and Company, 102.5, 106.3. The Game, second hour on this Friday. Jake Lyman, Derek Mason, Connor Newt alongside you, broadcasting live from the Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Game Nashville studios, home of the $99 yearly Beehive membership, where the buzz is always about great service. It is the final Fireball Hot Take Friday before training camp opens up. So we have spent the first hour of the show collecting hot takes, and we've gotten some doozies. There have been some good ones. We're going to wrap up that conversation now. Don't forget, Ask D-Mase coming up at 4:30. So if you have questions for the soon-to-be Tennessee Sports Hall of Famer, make sure to get those in on our phone lines, driven by WilsonCountyHyundai.com, 615-737-1025. Let's go to our phone lines now and hear from John on our phone lines. John, thanks for waiting. Go ahead.
Hello?
Yes.
Yep, go ahead, John.
Hey. My hot take is that I feel like we should keep Will Levis and start him, matter of fact, until he really does bad. I feel like
all right.
I don't think your phone liked that hot take.
Yeah, the phone said no to John's hot take.
Yeah.
As
Sorry,
do I.
John.
Yeah, sorry about that. Like Will Levis.
But it's his hot take. So,
right.
okay.
Yeah, it's a hot take. Everybody's allowed to have their hot takes. I don't see that one happening. Levis is we've been there, done that. Like, that ship has sailed at this point, at least in Nashville. Hopefully he gets another chance somewhere else, but I don't think he's getting another chance here.
Yeah, and you're right. And the likelihood of him getting a chance here again to be the starter is unlikely. I'm not going to say it's 100% he won't, because it's not 100%. Nothing will happen to Cam Ward during camp. So I'm not going to say it's 100% that he doesn't play a snap with the Titans underneath center. But I'm sure there are people out there, amongst the Titans loyals that believe Cam Ward should sit a year. Let him learn.
People out there.
Let him get himself, acclimated to the game, but don't make him day one starter. Let him sit, learn, and then throw him in there.
Yeah, I know Jared's had that take before that, but let him sit a couple of games and then throw him in there. But I don't know. Cam Ward played 50+ college football games. I think he might be ready. We do have John back on our phone lines, driven by WilsonCountyHyundai.com. John, we'll give you a chance to explain your hot take.
Yeah, the reason why I think that's because it's really rare we get people like Jaden Daniels, CJ Stroud, who come in. They do really good for their team, offensive player, rookie of the year, all that. And I feel like I don't want another Marcus Mariota, someone like that, where they come in, they show flashes, but they never really get up to that true level. As of right now, I think we're in a rebuilding stage, and I don't think we really have a roster that can compete. And I feel like there's no real reason to go ahead and trade Will Levis when, even though he's done some wrong, just wait until because we're still developing it. He's just, second, third year quarterback. So just wait until he truly messes up. Then Cam Ward can come in. Like a Lamar. I mean, look at people like Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes. They sat down, had to come up, and then they're elite. I don't see a rush.
That's a fair point. Thanks for the call, John. I get what he's saying.
Yeah, I understand it.
My argument back would be, you say Marcus Mariota. They let Marcus start week one of his rookie season. But the Titans have also tried the sit and wait. Jake Locker sat behind Matt Hasselbeck his rookie year, and did that work out? So it's like, I think it depends on the quarterback.
Yeah.
We don't get to see Cam Ward every day. And I do agree with the point that if it's clear that Cam Ward isn't ready, if you're going through training camp and he looks lost, he's making too many mistakes, then sure, maybe it's better to hold him back.
Yeah, well, he briefly for a second brought up Lamar Jackson, and he was right. Lamar did sit. He ended up starting that year, and I think he led him to the playoffs that year.
I believe that's correct.
But Joe started the season off, and I think the season was going bad, or Joe was hurt, and Lamar ended up coming in and reeling off a bunch of games and got them into the playoffs. So I get it. But throwing Will Levis back out there after you've made him, I think you can do that if he's the number 12 pick in the draft, 15. But if he's the number one pick and it's close, you can't throw Will Levis out there. Now, if he shows that he's not ready, completely not ready, then okay, we got to reevaluate. But even with that, I don't think they want to put Will Levis out there.
It would be Brandon Allen.
It would be Brandon Allen,
right.
Yes. They don't want to give Will Levis an opportunity. And this may be unfair to Will Levis, but hey, listen, they feel he had this. They don't want to give him the opportunity to go out there and ball out.
Right. Because then why'd you just pick
now
Cam
I
Ward
got
with
to
the number one pick?
Exactly. Like, even though if that does happen, it's great for trade, but that's the last thing you need for is, on Will Levis to completely outplay your number one pick.
And not that I think Will Levis is going to do that. I think he has promise. Like Will Levis, I think there are still traits in there that could make him a good NFL quarterback. But I think it's not even a hot take to say Will Levis will never take a regular season snap for the Tennessee Titans again.
Yeah, it's hard for me to believe he will.
I mean,
you're right.
Imagine the fan reaction if he takes the first snap under center of the first home game. Like, not that you do everything for the fans.
It's kind of a bittersweet. It's kind of good and bad in a sense.
But it's like, do you want to put Will Levis out there just to get booed by everybody? Like at that point, it's not good for the team. It's not good for the player. There's no reason to go through that again. I don't think Will Levis is on the team week 1, but if he is, he's definitely not taking the first snap of the game.
I'm gonna tell you what's gonna if that indeed does happen, then there's going to be a lot of people that need to answer a lot of questions, because if Will Levis is deemed the starter, then what's going on here? Did y'all
like what went on with
evaluate some things?
What went on with the whole offseason?
Exactly.
Because the offseason basically was spent the entire time was we are replacing Will Levis. We are bringing in Cam Ward.
And then he ends up the starter outside of injury.
If Will Levis was already better than him, then what was the point of this offseason? It's not going to happen, but I do understand the people out there that say they want Cam Ward to sit. I think he's ready to start. Let's go back to our phone lines, driven by WilsonCountyHyundai.com, for one final hot take here on this Fireball Hot Take Friday. James, thank you for waiting. What you got for us?
Hey, thank you for taking my call. No, I was calling in regards to Cam Ward starting. This team should have an idea, in my opinion, of what that offensive line is going to look like going into the regular season. But if that offensive line is not there and the pass protection is not there, is it a good idea to throw Cam Ward in first snap against the Broncos? And is it going to hurt his development at all if that O-line cannot protect him that first game?
And that's a point that has been made before. And thank you for the call, James. My response to that is always, you can't treat him with bubble wrap and kid gloves. Like, if you want him to be a franchise quarterback, he's going to have to face the good defenses at some point. I don't know if you want to just bubble wrap him and say, you know what, the Broncos and Rams, those are good defenses. Let's wait and have him start week 3. I understand you don't want him to get hurt, because injury is the easiest way to ruin a guy's confidence. But I don't see the point of saying, you know what, Patrick Surtain's really good. Let's not have you face him.
No, if he proves that he is by far the starter, then you put him out there. He got to take his lump somehow, you can't sit back and say, well, I'm going to hold him so he doesn't have to play with one of the best defenses in the National Football League, or play against one of the best defenses in the National Football League the first game of the season.
Right.
We're going to wait. No, you throw him in the fire, and that's when you as an offensive coordinator got to understand where your quarterback is development-wise. If you're playing against one of the top defenses, and many say they are going to be the top defense in the National Football League, then we don't need to pass the ball 35 times a game. We need to establish the run and play good defense on the other side of the ball, and make sure make sure when we're passing, it's efficient passes. We're not taking chances on throwing the ball down the field. That's the responsibility of the offensive coordinator. That's a responsibility of the offense, to make sure that the game plan you go into with the rookie quarterback first game of the season, that it's a game plan that he feels comfortable with, and even if you're losing by 14, 21 points, you can't go outside of what you guys have put together for that game. You can't.
The Titans have said it's an open competition,
Mhm.
and they're going to compete for the quarterback, this starting job. They're not going to tell you that Cam Ward's the starter until the end of training camp, but actions speak louder than words. If Cam Ward was going to sit this year, they would have signed a veteran quarterback with starting experience, and they didn't do that. So Cam Ward is going to be the starter week 1, barring injury. They feel good about that because, again, they brought in Brandon Allen to be the backup, who Brandon Allen, I think he's a fine backup, but he's not going to start games for you unless he has to. So
yeah,
we'll see what happens over the next month in training camp, but I would be stunned if Cam Ward is not the starter week 1 in Denver, barring any unforeseen injury. Let's end with this one, our hot take segment today. Nevada Josh, one of our favorites. He says, Titans Raiders AFC Championship game. I see it now.
Oh, wow.
And Kentucky goes undefeated.
Oh, give him everything he wants. But who wins that AFC Championship, though, according to Nevada Josh?
Yeah, I would guess the Raiders. He's already told us the Raiders are lifting the Lombardi. So
that's right.
In order to do that, they'd have to beat the Titans.
Wow.
Great stuff on the text line with our hot takes today. It's the final Fireball Hot Take Friday before training camp. So we wanted to get all of them unloaded now. Lots of good ones in there. I still think my favorite is the punt return, kick return touchdown, because Titans haven't had one since 2018.
Yeah.
So
Been a good minute.
We'll see. We'll see. Thanks to everybody who jumped in. Also, make sure to get your questions in now for Ask D-Mase. That's coming up at the bottom of the hour. But we've waited long enough. It's time for Connor Newt to take over the program with Newt's Notes right after this here on Stillman and Company, 102.5, 106.3 The Game. I love that Derek gets to hear these intros. Usually these only get played during Saturday shows.
Yeah.
It's time for Newt's Notes. Jake Lyman, Derek Mason in for Jared Stillman today. Connor Newt, take it away.
Thank you, sir. It is the last Friday before we officially get rolling with football season, which means list season is coming to an end.
It is.
So I've put together one final list.
I love it.
To say goodbye. I present to you the Connor Newt top 10 throwback NFL helmets. A revised edition, because I'm pretty sure I've done this before.
There's so many good ones, and we've got some new ones that have come out, so I'm excited to hear these.
We will start with number 10, the Dallas Cowboys. Those
star,
white ones with
white
the
ones,
old Navy star. My mom would probably kill me if I didn't put some sort of Dallas Cowboys representation on this list.
Those are definitely way better than the silver ones.
Yes.
For sure.
They're better. The worst ones that they wear are the silver ones, but they have the red, white, and blue stripe.
Right. Oh, I hate those.
They're so stupid. But the Dallas Cowboys are number 10. At number 9, I have the old New Orleans Saints throwback. They're just the same ones, but they have the old fleur-de-lis on it. It looks a lot better. And I think they should go back to that.
Maybe I just didn't even notice that they changed it.
Yeah. It was bulkier back then.
Okay. Gotcha.
I can't really give you a visual representation because this is radio, and radio you use with your ears. I don't know if you knew that or not.
I do. Yeah. You got to paint the picture a little bit. Let's see. New Orleans Saints throwback helmet. You can go ahead with number 8 if you want.
Okay. Number 8 is
I see it.
The old Minnesota Vikings. They roll those out every once in a while now. The old ones just look so much better to me. It's like a darker shade of purple. The horns look a little bit different, but it looks more detailed and not as simplistic.
Are these the matte ones they used to do?
Yes.
Yeah, those ones were good. I did like those.
They're much better. Number 7, the old Miami Dolphins. Not the ones they have now with the new Dolphin logo.
Right.
The old one with the helmet.
Oh,
yes. You went back.
Yeah.
Yes.
The
way back.
Dan Marino level.
Yes.
Love it.
Like the Dolphin wore the helmet. It looked great. Bring it back.
Yes, the Dolphin wearing the helmet, that was a must. We need that pack.
Yes. This next one's a must too, and I'm honestly surprised I didn't put it in the top 5. I probably should have, but the old Denver Broncos.
Yes.
The blue with the D and the horse.
The Orange Crush ones.
Yes.
Yeah.
Those are great. At number 6. Number 5, we're getting into the top 5 now. Oakland High School also wears these, but it's the white New England Patriots with
that helmet.
Pat the Patriot on it.
Yes, I like that helmet.
Those are arguably one of my favorite throwbacks in the entire league.
Yeah, it was 2009, right, when they did the AFL throwbacks? Because that was
snow.
The snow game obviously gets remembered the most, but that was the year Chris Johnson he got 2,000 yards, and
that's right.
I love that some of those games came in the old Oilers uniforms.
He did. At number 4, we have the Seattle Seahawks. They roll out the silver chrome looking ones.
Those are great.
Which are super underrated in my opinion. Those are just great uniforms as a whole, but the helmets are what make it. And that's what this is about, the helmets.
The Seahawks throwbacks, I think, are underrated. They're up there in terms of the best uniforms in all of the NFL.
Just that shade of blue.
Right.
It looks so good.
It's great.
Number 3. We're in the top 3 now, gentlemen. Red Atlanta Dirty Bird Falcons.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about the red helmet,
the
black with the stripe.
Yeah, the gold stripe down the middle. I think the Falcons right now have the worst uniforms in the entire NFL.
You think?
Well, they got better when they got rid of the gradient ones. Those were absolutely horrible. The ones that slowly went from black to red.
Anything gradient is
that was horrible. But
they don't wear enough red for the red Falcons.
I agree. The red Dirty Bird Falcons, like the Deion Sanders look, like that is one of the best ones. I agree. That I think I know what your top 2 are. I didn't know what 3 was, but that's a good choice.
Well, number 2, I'm sure you know. We have to have a little bit of bias here.
Yep.
The white oil derrick Houston Oilers uniform.
The Oilers helmet is great, and I do hope the new uniforms go back to the white helmet, or maybe like a light blue helmet.
I was probably going to save this for Ask D-Mase, but I'll ask him right now anyway. D-Mase, you wore both. Did you like the white one better or the light blue one with the oil derrick on it?
Man, did I? I liked it because we wore the white one.
Yeah.
the most. I like the white one because I still have them. I still have 2 of them, I think.
It's the red face mask that does it for me.
Yeah, the red face
Just makes
mask
it pop.
does throw it off somewhat. White face mask would have been better, but the old Derek was red, had some red in it.
Yeah.
This red stripe, and the helmet was white. But no, that whole uniform I love.
It's
like the old school Orla uniform.
I hate they're not wearing them this year.
Yeah.
It's tough, but
I like the away ones better than the home ones, where you wore the light blue pants
with the white
tops, white helmets.
Yeah.
They look great.
We're going to get, Warren Moon, I don't know if he was supposed to spoil it, but he did say that
that's not until next year.
Right. Probably not even until the new stadium.
I
would
guess
roll
them out into the new stadium.
Right. I would say like February 2027, that's when the new stadium's supposed to be done.
You should roll them out there.
February, March, April, somewhere in there around the draft. I think that's when you do it. All right. Number 1, I think I know what it is, but.
It is the Kelly Green Philadelphia
Eagles.
Yes. The best throwbacks in the NFL.
I was about to say, where's the Eagles at in this?
Yeah, that is for sure number 1. The Kelly Green Eagles.
They're so good.
I think
they just look so good.
Did you have the Rams on there?
No,
I love the old school Rams.
The St. Louis Rams. Yeah.
Yes, I love the St. Louis Rams and the LA Rams.
The bright yellow and blue. Yeah.
The other one I snubbed because I don't like it. Hot take. I hate the creamsicle Buccaneers.
Oh, really?
You don't like the creamsicle
I don't
Buccaneers?
Like I don't like
I'm a fan
orange in general.
I love. Did you see the new uniforms they have with the creamsicle?
Yeah,
the white ones.
Oh, it looks nice.
They do look good.
Nice.
I like the creamsicle, but I wouldn't put it. I'd probably put it in the top 10 somewhere, but not in the top 5. I think you got the top 5 pretty right. I feel good about the 5. What was number 5?
Ooh, let's see here. Oh, the New England Patriots.
Yes. Okay. The Patriots, and then you had Titans or Oilers, Eagles, Falcons, and Seahawks, right?
Yeah.
I think that's a good 5 right there.
Now we could do a whole nother one of just the alternate helmets.
Right.
Cincinnati Bengals would be number 1.
The white ones?
The white tiger stripes.
Those are good.
I like the white bingo hat with the letters that said bingo.
Oh, yeah.
That's
the block letters? Yeah.
When they had the name bingo all across it.
There's so many good ones. I'm so glad they got rid of the 1 helmet rule so we can get some of these great alternates and throwbacks on a regular basis. Titans just aren't wearing theirs, but maybe that'll change when they get the new set. So we'll see. I like the list. That was a good list and good use of Newt's notes today as we end list season officially coming up in the next couple of days. 615-737-1025 is our phone number. Ask D-Mase coming up next. Do you have questions for Derek Mason? We will take all of them. Football, life, whatever it is, let us know. Text or call 615-737-1025. Don't miss out on some of Nashville's best deals. Go to thegamenashville.com/deals now, and you can purchase half off on gift cards for Bad Axe Throwing, Brewster's, Barrio Burrito Bar, and many more. Jake Lyman, Derek Mason, Connor Newt in for Jared Stillman today here on Stillman & Company, 102.5, 106.3 The Game. It may be a few hours later than normal, but Fridays are for Ask D-Mase. Jake Lyman, Derek Mason, Connor Newt in for Jared Stillman today here on Stillman and Company. It is time for Ask D-Mase. 615-737-1025 is our phone number. Text or call with any questions you have for the soon-to-be Tennessee Sports Hall of Famer, Derek Mason. We've got a couple already on the text line. This one from Adam in Portland wasn't actually for Ask D-Mase, but he asked it earlier, and I thought it would be perfect. So we actually got 2 texts in a row, and I lost the other one. We got 2 texts in a row that said almost the exact same thing. Adam said, here's my question for you. I think Derek Mason could be the number 2 receiver right now at age 51 for the Titans. Which other players retired at least 5 years do you think could start for the Titans right now? Somebody else said, his hot take was that you came out of retirement and started for the Titans. So who are some Titans who are retired at least 5 years who could start for the team right now?
Oh, man, none of us, realistically, because all the guys that I'm thinking have been retired, almost 10 years, if not 10 years. I respect the game too much to say I can go out there and be, I try my hardest. I will give you everything I got. But if me giving everything I got ends up being I'm the number 2 receiver, then there may be something wrong with your evaluation of other people around me, or just your evaluation of the receiver room. They must be trashed in. I'm not saying that they are. But if I was to make your team at the age of 51, knowing good and well my knees are that far from just collapsing, as bad as they hurt sometimes because I got chronic tendonitis, if I can be your second wide receiver, we got a problem. Because I'm not, there's some arrogance to me, and a lot of it, dissipated once football started. 99% of it did. But I'm not that arrogant to think I can go out there right now and be the number 2 receiver. Maybe for a day or practice, yes. But after that, nah.
You're not interested in 17-game season at this point?
Nah. I mean, I would be interested in the pay,
right?
But not necessarily the 17 games. But listen, I'm saying that if I still could play the game magically, I could still play. I would play. I would
really
play it. Yeah, because it was fun. I enjoyed it. It was fun to me. It didn't become work or business to me from a mental standpoint. Like when I'm in it every day, it didn't become that until the last year I was in the NFL. And that at the beginning of that year, I knew I'm like, I just don't have it in me. I don't. And I tried. Even with the trade from the Jets to Houston, I tried, but I was done with the sport.
So once it's off,
once it's off, it's
you can't
done.
turn it back on.
At least not me.
Right.
I'm done with it because now I've exhausted myself. I've given everything. It's like now I'm not one of those guys that just want to, collect a check. I wasn't that guy. Maybe I should have been, and I probably could have stole 3 years, 3 more years, at least 2. But I didn't love the game like that anymore. It became work.
It is tough. I mean, 5 years removed from the game, I'm sure it would be tough to jump back in. Mm-hmm. But thinking of somebody recent, Matt does say Delaney Walker. Like, is that because he's right around 5 years being?
Yeah, I think Delaney's right around 5 years. But even that, I mean,
it's got to be tough when you're out of it for so long.
Because you don't. Even though I still work out. I haven't stopped working out since I retired, and I retired over 15 years ago, and I still religiously work out. But even that, I'm not training football.
Right.
I'm just staying in condition, making sure I run, stretch, do all these other things, and just stay strong. But I'm not conditioning for football. I'm just not.
They always say there's a difference between being in shape and being in football shape.
Exactly. Definitely. That's why when guys miss camp, it's hard on them when they come back because, yes, they're in shape. And yes, they've been doing things, but there's nothing like actually being there, getting people pushing you and falling on you and pulling on you. That stuff helps.
Another guy who obviously, this is all hypothetical because for anybody who's been retired for a while, it would be tough. Javon Curse
is
a guy that you just look at and you're like, man, that dude could strap it up and play today.
Yeah. Okay, if we're just looking at let's just put the all-look team.
Yeah, like
guys
all the guys that like you're like he could still play.
So Javon
Curse would be in there.
Who else? We just let me see. Delaney would be in there.
Yeah.
I haven't seen. Let me see. B-Hop, but he would have to change positions because he's lost so much weight.
Yeah, it's like Taylor Lewan. Like
exactly.
He couldn't play tackle anymore, but maybe tight end.
Exactly. You could play, but you can't play what you originally played in the NFL. So guys like Hoppy, but he wouldn't play left tackle. I would put him probably at tight end now.
Right.
But then his knees too, and he could.
Yeah,
it's the all look team.
Right, all look team. It's not actually doing it.
Physically.
It's who looks like they could still go out there.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Yeah,
you think Eddie maybe?
Yeah, the all look team, but Eddie probably would have to switch positions too.
Yeah.
I see Eddie almost as a defensive end now.
Yeah,
a stand-up linebacker.
Could see that.
A rush linebacker. I can see him as a rush linebacker now.
Let's see. Nevada Josh, congratulations on the Tennessee Hall of Fame. Well deserved. What outfit do you have picked out for the event tomorrow?
Oh, man. It's funny you ask.
More importantly, what shoes are you wearing?
Oh, I'm wearing white tennis shoes.
Okay.
Yeah, I got some. They're tennis shoes, but they're really not tennis shoes.
Like Sperry's.
They have a rubber bottom.
Okay.
They have a rubber sole.
Gotcha.
So there you go. So I picked out this nice blue color, nice navy blue color, nice tie. Well, I'm not wearing a tie, so nice handkerchief.
Okay, the pocket square.
Yes. So it's a beautiful suit. I got it the other day. I'm sort of giving a free plug here now.
Yeah, who are you wearing?
Who are you wearing? Well, I'm wearing Levi's. I believe it's Canelli. I can spell it. I think it's Canelli Soup Company.
They're called cannolis. They're delicious.
Yeah, they're called cannolis too. But Canelli, Caneili, something like that. But I end up getting it from Levi's, who I've gotten stuff from there before. They've done a wonderful job. So so I'm looking I think I'm gonna look good tomorrow. I put the suit on there, tried it on, fit perfectly, white shirt. So I am going to look like $1 million.
We can't,
matter of fact, more than $1 million.
I'm sure we're going to see some pictures. So we can't wait to see the full look tomorrow night. Let's quickly go to our phone lines, driven by WilsonCountyHyundai.com. Wes in Hermitage wants to jump in on Ask D-Mase. Wes, thanks for waiting. Go ahead.
Guys, it's Dad Joke Friday on Jared Stillman's program, and I don't know what to do with myself.
I know. What did Jared ever think that we'd have Dad Joke Friday and Ask D-Mase on his show?
Never.
He is a parent now, so you might have to ask him when he comes back. His answer 2 years ago may be different than what his answer is today.
You got a point there.
But here's the thing is, D-Mase, I've got 2 dad jokes lined up, and I don't know which one to give you because they're both awful. So just pick one or two.
Hey, you give me one. Give me one. One you think is the worst, because typically the worst is the best.
Exactly.
Oh, goodness gracious. You're going to hate me for this. Why should you never take sides in an argument at the dinner table?
Something about the main course.
That's a trick question. It's the perfect time to take sides. Actually, you got to be making sure you got Tupperware.
Yeah, that was
well done, Connor.
Yeah, the other one was not that good either. So I was like, you know what, we're gonna play this.
Hey, but this is listen.
Very happy.
This is where you try your jokes out, okay?
Right
on this program. Well, not Jared, but DVD. So this is where we workshop.
14 out of 15 is not bad though.
Hey, not at all. There you go.
But my question for you, man, is there's a lot of hype around Cam Ward. We talk about this all the time. Everybody thinks he's going to be in the Hall of Fame next year, I think. So if Cam Ward is as good as the fans think that he will be, then in reality, what should our record be at the end of the year in order to reflect that sentiment? I'm just curious.
Oh man, thank you, Wes.
Good Friday, guys.
Yep, you as well.
Me too.
We were just talking about this, but it was more so on the line of Cam Ward winning the Rookie of the Year.
Right.
And if he wins it, they can have a good season without him winning it, but him winning it
usually means they have a good season.
They're having a good season. So if Cam Ward is what the Titans believe he is and can be and develop into, and you see it right away, like you did with C.J. Stroud, Jaden Daniels, even Caleb Williams to an extent, Drake May, Bo Nix. Even though Bo Nix' season wasn't great, he led his team to a playoffs. If you see that early on, I do believe this is a team that's going to push for a playoff spot. I'm not going to say what the record is, but I think if Cam Ward is who they believe he is and what some people here in Nashville think he is, because of what they saw at Miami, then this team will be contending for a playoff spot.
I'd love to see it.
Yeah,
I would. 615-737-1025 is our phone number. Ask D-Mase. We got one more segment. We will get to your calls and texts coming up next. Jake Lyman, Derek Mason, Connor Newt in for Jared Stillman today here on Stillman & Company, 102.5, 106.3 The Game. Stillman and Company, 102.5, 106.3 The Game. Jake Lyman, Derek Mason, Connor Newt in for Jared Stillman today. We are wrapping up Ask D-Mase. Lots of great questions for Derek Mason today. Some good dad jokes as well. We will continue to get to those. Last call, 615-737-1025. Let's go to our phone lines, driven by WilsonCountyHyundai.com. T-Mac in the borough wants to chime in. T-Mac, thanks for calling. Go ahead.
All right, my first question is both of them are about the uniforms. First of all, why in the world do you think that they will announce that they're not wearing the Oilers uniforms? I just don't understand why they wouldn't wear the Oilers uniforms this year. So that's my first question. You know, why wouldn't they why do you think they wouldn't wear the Oilers uniforms? And then two, we just got new uniforms. Why are we getting new uniforms again already? It was like 2018 when we got the last one. So then that's my second question. Why do you think we're getting new uniforms? And I hang up and listen.
Both fair questions.
Yeah, both. Thanks a lot, T-Mac. I have, frankly, I can, speculate why, they make a change. I just, because I look at it like this. I think a lot of it does have to do with the new stadium. I really do.
Total rebrand heading into the new stadium.
It's just a total rebrand like they did when they moved from Houston here, and then when they moved from Memphis to Nashville.
Right.
It was a total rebrand because you got to understand, we wore Oilers helmets for 2 years.
Yep.
We wore the Oilers colors, the jerseys and everything for 2 years. But once we moved into our new stadium, Adelphia at the time, that's when the whole new rebranding started. Now, listen, they didn't have to. There was not enough time in between to go from the Oilers jersey to another jersey, then to the what would be considered, back then, two-tone Titan blue, whatever you want to call it. It wasn't enough time. So we went from the old to the new. Here, he's right. I don't understand why it's not happening this year. The jersey change is not happening this year, but you and I talk. Is it going to happen next year, or do they want to wait
for the new stadium?
The new stadium rolls out. Maybe they start selling them the year, the off season prior to moving in the stadium to get the buzz going, like right around draft time.
Yep.
Where you start unveiling and selling them to everybody. But I don't see why you would. You just changed the jerseys up somewhat some years ago. Not too long ago.
2018?
Was it 17, 18, 19, one somewhere? And 18. Then, so what is it? 7 years later?
It'd be a little under a decade of the new ones.
Exactly. So all of a sudden now you're about to me, it's just, I hope that they keep the jerseys until they move into the new stadium. So hopefully, T-Mac, that answers your question. I just think it's a whole new rebranding, even though you're right. They changed them in 2018. I think it's still a rebranding of the franchise now that they're moving into a new stadium.
And as far as the Titans not wearing the Oilers uniforms this year, it's a little bit of a stretch of a theory, but I tend to kind of subscribe to it that Amy is mad they're 0-2 against the Texans in those uniforms. I think that's probably what it is.
So they're like, we're not wearing those uniforms. She's like, we're not getting those things no more.
I understand it could be a whole lot of different things, but it kind of makes sense, right? D-Mase, I warned you about this one in the break. Okay. Somebody needs your advice out on the golf course right now. 2830 on the text line says, D-Mase, I just hit into someone on the golf course in front of me. It was an accident because it was a blind shot. He came up to me in front of his girlfriend and tried to threaten me. What should he have done?
He hit somebody
with a golf ball.
With the golf ball in the golf cart.
Right.
I mean, how far were they out? Or did
he said somebody? He said it was a blind shot, so he couldn't see them out there.
Oh, he didn't see him. Wow. So it must have been a dog leg, right or left. He didn't see him, something. Or a par 5.
It could have been long hole and just maybe into a dip.
I mean, I think you did the right thing by not doing anything. Hey, I apologize, man. My fault. He's probably trying to act tough because his girlfriend was there.
Right.
That's the worst thing, to act tough while your girlfriend then get beat up for acting tough. But I do not condone fighting unless you're protecting yourself.
Right.
You said you were sorry. You didn't mean to do it. It was an accident. You didn't see him out there. So the guy should have just let it go. I mean, you did the right thing by not, whatever you did to,
de-escalate the situation.
great job for you. To you.
I will tell a quick story. I have hit somebody on the golf course before.
You never told me this.
It was the greatest drive I've ever hit in my life. Like, they were way out there. I was the last person in my group to hit, and I just striped it right down the middle, and guy was in his backswing, and it hit him in the leg on the fly. And he yells, "Get down here." So I got in the cart, drove down, and apologized. So sorry. And I go, I didn't think I could hit it that far. Like, just being 100% honest. And
I've never hit it that far.
He was not very happy. He stole my ball. But that's, I
think it's like sometimes, man, it's just, I don't, some confrontations, especially like that, I don't understand them unless you were trying to hit the person. But if you're 300 yards down and somehow, some way a ball hits you, it's not like the person that is hitting you did it on purpose.
I wasn't trying to hit into him.
Yeah. Or did they hit your cart? Sometimes, man, it's just like, why even want to fight somebody? Because I'm sorry, man.
Yeah.
My bad.
He said to me, most people would beat you up right now. And
like,
it was a bigger guy. I was in college at this point. So I was like 19 or 20 and bigger guy. He goes, most people would beat you up right now. I was like, I don't think most people would, but like, I'm really sorry.
It's okay, man.
That's where you pull out the club.
I may be a little upset, like, man.
I should have brought my 5
As long
iron.
as I'm not hurt, man, we're good. Keep it moving, man. You ain't mean to do it. Let's go.
All right, let's get to one more before we wrap this up. Steven has a question. He asked, Derek, you had 9 rushing attempts in your career.
Woo.
Can you name who you had the longest run from scrimmage against?
I think the longest run from scrimmage was like a yard or
It was
two.
7 yards is what he says.
Yards. Oh man, I'm trying to figure, it was in my younger days too.
I'm trying to see if I can find it.
Gosh. Because we didn't do reverses back then or quick screens like that. It was here at home, I believe. It was at home. Gosh.
Okay, I found it.
I think it was at home. Well, I know it was at home.
It was not at home.
It wasn't at home?
No.
I'm trying to think of way run.
So this says you only have.
Was it Green Bay?
It was not. Okay, here we go. You did not have a run against Green Bay. So you did have 9 career rushing attempts. 5 of them went forwards. Your longest one was 7 yards. Your longest home one was actually with Baltimore in 2008, December against Jacksonville. You had 3 yards on that rush.
Oh, I remember that one. That reverse. It was awful. We were in Baltimore, I believe.
Yes, in Baltimore against Jacksonville.
Yes, I remember that wasn't a good one.
So your longest one was actually at New England in 2003 with the Titans. You had 8 catches for 99 yards that day and 1 rush for 7 yards.
Wow. Big time.
Good you filling up the fantasy stat sheet.
Absolutely.
You did. Your rushing career, you finished with 3 career rushing yards on 9 carries.
3 more than either of us have.
Right.
Though.
That is true. You have 3
combined.
More.
We had a lot of rushing yards.
3 more than both of us and pretty much anybody listening out there in Nashville. That was a good question, Steven. Thanks for texting in.
Yeah, we didn't run the foot. We didn't do many reverses, even with guys that we had that had, they considered speed. We didn't do it much. I don't know why. Maybe that wasn't the NFL back then. A bunch of reverses. It really wasn't.
Did you ever get lit up on one of those runs?
No, I didn't. I've always wanted, I wanted to run them in college. I think I ran maybe 1 in college. I just wasn't the reverse guy, I guess. Even though I was a punt returner and a damn good one. They didn't want to put me on the reverses, man. What's wrong with them? I could have got more yards.
You could have. I
could have filled up the stat sheet.
You could have been like Deebo Samuel out there.
Exactly. They could have put me out there and threw me all those quick screens, but that wasn't the NFL then.
I guess that's true. A lot of that has been introduced the last couple of years.
Absolutely.
So, great stuff from everyone out there on Ask D-Mase. There are a few more, maybe later in the show, we'll get back to it. But we will move on. It's time for everybody's favorite segment coming up next. Derek needs his revenge from yesterday. We're going to play Where Are They Now once again. Connor Newt has another list of 5. We're going to see who can figure out where they are now. I've heard we have some good ones today. 615-737-1025 is our phone number. Jake Lyman, Derek Mason, Connor Newt in for Jared Stillman here on Stillman & Company, 1025-1063 The Game. Final hour on this Friday. Stillman and Company, 102.5, 106.3. The Game. Jake Lyman, Derek Mason, Connor Newt, broadcasting live from the Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Game Nashville studios, home of the $99 yearly Beehive membership, where the buzz is always about great service. Big thanks to everyone out there who has participated today. Big crowd participation day for us here on the program. We got all your hot takes in the first hour. Ask D-Mase was awesome, but it is time to return to the arena we know as Where Are They Now? America's new favorite game show. Connor Newt is our host once again today. We had a thrilling pitchers duel between me and Derek Mason yesterday. Low scoring. And let's see what we got today. Connor Newt, take it away.
All right. Thank you very much. Let's play Where Are They Now? Quick reminder on the rules. Gotta get it. The first three will be in North America. The last two will be outside of North America. 1 point for the league, 2 points for the exact team. If we do have a tie, I will give you both a tiebreaker athlete. I will give you their sport and the teams they played for in their career. Your job is to identify that player. You guys both have pen and paper, as is regulated by the NCAA.
Yes.
Can't have them coming down on me. Let's get started. Our first, I guess, athlete. I wanted to say participant, but they're not really participating.
We're participating.
Voluntarily.
Former player.
Former player.
Yes.
Is not a former player. They are all active.
Yeah.
That is another thing. They all have to be active players.
Right, because they have to be somewhere now.
Yes.
For Where Are They Now? Yep.
A former Hokie and former Florida Gator.
Oh, Carey.
Dorian Finney-Smith.
Oh.
A shooting guard in the
I don't
NBA.
know why my mind went to Kerry Blackshear.
Former Hokie and a former
Florida Gator.
Gator and Hokie.
Was drafted by the Mavs, had a stint with the Lakers. Believe he was part of that Luka Doncic trade, if I'm not mistaken.
He was, yes.
But there's your hint. He is no longer with the Lakers.
Yes.
Did he just sign somewhere?
What's his name again?
Okay, I think I
Dorian Finney-Smith.
Dorian.
Yeah, he
that
was.
Name sounds familiar.
He was on the last Seth Greenberg team at Virginia Tech before he got fired.
Yeah, and then transferred over to Florida.
Yeah,
that's right.
All right, I am in for the win.
He's in it.
I feel good about this one, actually.
Do you? Let's start with D-Mase today.
All right, I think he's still in the NBA, and he's with the. I'm trying to remember that trade. I know he went to the Lakers, but I'm trying to remember after that. Is that the guy that the trade got nixed?
No, that was Mark.
That was the center. That was the center.
Yeah,
for
the Hornets.
Center.
Yep.
I think he's in Minnesota with the Timberwolves.
Okay. D-Mase says the Timberwolves. Jake Lyman.
I think Dorian Finney-Smith is in the NBA, and I believe he just signed with the Houston Rockets.
Ding, ding, ding.
The Rockets. Huh?
Jake Lyman takes a 3-1 lead. D-Mase still gets the one for getting the NBA correct. Now, did either of you watch Lyman? I know you did. D-Mase, did you watch Last Chance U on Netflix?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not one bit.
Well, we can still do this one.
Okay.
Malik Henry. Played at Independence. He was the quarterback who had quite a bad attitude.
He's still playing football?
He is. He played at Florida State for Jimbo Fisher. Got out, went to, I want to say Nevada is where he was. He had some stints in the NFL, played for the Dolphins, I think, the Raiders.
I got it.
All right.
Okay.
I think I got it. Let's say that.
I'm going first this time?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm going with my Nashville Cats knowledge here. I'm going to say Malik Henry is playing in AF1 for the Southwest Kansas Storm.
Okay.
D-Mase.
I'm going with is it the USFL or is it
the UFL?
UFL. Michigan Panthers.
Okay, you are both incorrect. He is in the CFL for the Edmonton Elks, which I did not know existed until this morning.
Goodness.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the Chinese basketball league for me with the Canadian Football League. I know two teams, the Alouettes and the Argonauts.
I know the Argonauts. That's my old faithful, and it hit the other
the
day.
Stampede, is it Calgary? That's Calgary.
Calgary. Yeah, the
That's
Calgary
right.
Stampede.
Calgary.
Yeah. All right. So it's still 3-1.
So Jake Lyman leads 3-1. You're going to love this one, Lyman. Your best friend, your favorite Kentucky football player of all time.
I hate this guy.
Lynn Bowden Jr., former quarterback for the Kentucky Wildcats, was quite the gadget guy. Got drafted by the Miami Dolphins.
He's a 3rd-round pick?
Third or 4th.
Yeah.
Miami Dolphin, New Orleans Saint. He's been all over. Where is Linsanity?
All right.
Linsanity, okay.
The reason I hate him is because he punched a Virginia Tech player in the Belk Bowl, and it was 5 minutes before the referees took control of the game. So if he had done it 5 minutes later, he would have been ejected. Instead, they couldn't do anything about it, and he led Kentucky to the win. So,
oh wow,
no Lynn Bowden.
He is one of those players. If you have him on your team, you love him, but otherwise, all right. Are we ready?
Okay.
I think I've got an answer. It's a wrong answer, but I have an answer.
We accept answers.
Okay, I'm gonna say this, and I don't know their last. I don't know their mascot or last.
As long as we.
I think they do have it. No, let's just go.
D-Mase, go ahead.
I think, and I'm wrong on this one because I don't know who the dude is. I think he's in the UFL, and I was going to say an Alabama team, but there's not a team in Alabama.
There is Birmingham Stallions.
The Birmingham Stallions.
Okay. D-Mase says Birmingham Stallions.
I'm going UFL too. I'm going with the DC Defenders, the reigning champions of the UFL.
Look at you, Jake.
Is that actually right?
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
No. Well, I got a point, didn't I?
You did.
Okay, I got a point.
So D-Mase trails 6-2.
We
have 2 more.
Oh, one of our texters just may have changed the game here. I know you might have done more research, Connor, but Dylan in Antioch says Malik Henry is actually playing for the Billings Outlaws in Arena Football 1.
Wow. I will I'll reassess the score.
So you would have gotten it right.
I would have gotten at least the league right. I'd not get the team.
Yes.
But we'll see. If it impacts records or legacies, we'll have to figure it out.
It's like a goaltending call in college basketball.
Right. We'll go back and
we'll assess it.
Do the video at the next stoppage.
All right. Reminder, we are in the last 2, so these 2 players are outside of North America. And we will not be accepting overseas as an answer today, D-Mase.
Dang it.
Former number 1 overall pick, perhaps the most shocking number 1 overall pick of all time in the NBA.
I know where he is, too.
Anthony Bennett, selected by the Cleveland Cavaliers.
I just saw, I was researching him for Where Are They Now, and I didn't put him on there. Not for today's game, for when I was hosting it. And I forget where he is.
I think I know.
Anthony Bennett, man, I remember watching that live.
Oh my goodness!
Even the commentators were mad.
Okay,
it's like that. Whew.
Flamed out very, very quickly in the NBA.
All right, I got an answer.
I don't think he had the want to.
He did not. I don't believe.
Nah.
I'm going to say Anthony Bennett is in the Euro League, playing for Real Madrid because it's one of the few teams that I know.
Okay, Real Madrid. Jay Lyman says
he's playing for Barcelona.
Oh, wow. El Clasico.
Rivals. He is in Taiwan.
Dang it.
Playing for the Formosa Dreamers.
Oh.
Wow. Maybe I didn't find where he was playing. Maybe that's why, but he was one of the first ones I thought about for this.
I was thinking about that call, and I was like, I wonder where Anthony Bennett is.
Anthony Bennett.
All right. So we are not a soccer country, but there is one player every 4 years we think about, and that's Captain America, Christian Pulisic. Can either of you tell me where Christian Pulisic actually plays club level soccer?
I couldn't tell you.
I actually think I know this, unless he's changed in the last couple of years.
Soccer.
Nick Fraser's going to be so upset if you don't get this.
I'm like, as long as he hasn't transferred, that's what they call it in soccer, right?
I guess,
a transfer. Yeah. As long as he hasn't transferred in the last couple of years, I think I know where he plays. I'm like,
this is like such basic knowledge for
any soccer
people,
right?
But the 3 of us know nothing about soccer.
For any soccer fan in America, this is like asking, where does LeBron James play?
Right.
But I'm not a big soccer guy, but I think I got it right.
All right. We'll wait on D-Mase.
I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell you that.
I do have to say, if I get this on the dot,
you'll be on the record,
and
you'll tie me.
And if Malik Henry actually did play in the AF1, this would be the new
be a
record.
Clean sweep, wouldn't it?
So we'll see.
The record
I did not get Anthony Bennett.
Okay.
All right.
Are we ready?
I'm ready. Do you want me to go?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, go ahead.
All right.
Yeah.
I think he plays in the Premier League for Chelsea.
Okay. D-Mase, you want to take a shot?
No.
No.
I know.
No idea.
I have no idea. I don't even know who the guy is, for one. And I don't know if that's good or bad.
The record is safe and secure from me. Christian Pulisic plays in Italy for Nick Fraser's AC Milan.
Dylan and
Nick,
Antioch
why didn't you
just said that.
text me, man?
Did he used to play for Chelsea?
He did.
Okay. At least I knew that, but okay.
You don't get a half point.
So Jake Lyman wins 6-1 tentatively.
Well, he's not in the Premier League.
We could reassess here.
Could be 7, but it's fine. There's no records in jeopardy here, so it doesn't really matter.
I do have the tiebreaker. We can do it just for funsies if you want.
Yeah, why not?
Okay. We have a basketball player today,
Okay.
former basketball player, drafted by the Portland Trailblazers, then to the New York Knicks, Los Angeles Clippers, Memphis Grizzlies, and retired with the Sacramento Kings.
Whoa, say that again.
Portland Trailblazers, New York Knicks, Los Angeles Clippers, Memphis Grizzlies, Sacramento Kings.
Is this like somewhat recent?
Somewhat, yes.
Okay.
And he's retired now.
Yes.
Man, I was going to say, but he just played in Memphis, I believe. Well, no, he played in Portland too.
Clippers, man,
this is within the last 10 years or so.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I might have a guess.
Man.
I'm not confident whatsoever in my guess, but I think I might have a guess.
All right. Give it to me.
Is it Brandon Roy?
It is not Brandon Roy.
Okay.
No,
D-Mase, you got a shot?
Why am I forgetting the guy from Michigan State, the forward? Gosh, why am I forgetting his name? His name escapes me right now. It does.
Is he a Michigan State guy?
No. I think D-Mase is thinking of Jaren Jackson.
No, I'm not thinking of Jaren Jackson.
Actually, you may be right because it's Zach Randolph.
Yeah, that's who I was thinking of.
Randolph.
Zach Randolph.
Man,
Yes, Zoe.
Zach.
I was going to say Zoe because I remember him being in Portland. He got drafted by Portland.
Yeah,
I did not remember
Yeah.
that he got drafted by the Blazers.
He got drafted by the Blazers.
did.
That's why I remember it. Yeah.
All right. So that concludes.
That's a good game.
Where
Did I
they
get
now?
it?
Yeah, you got the tiebreaker. Close enough. Closer
He
than
did.
me,
I'll
for
give
sure.
it to him.
Yes.
I love it.
It's the moral victories.
Moral victories. I love them. Come on.
615-737-1025 is our phone number. What a fun game. We love it. I believe that will be the last time that game is played on the weekly lineup for a while. But Force Company comes back a week from tomorrow. We will play that every single week. So fun one. We will move on.
I need to make sure I listen to that because
Yeah,
I may
you
have
should.
to do it again.
Yeah,
So I gotta
get some practice in.
Yeah, I got to get a lot of practice in.
Yeah,
man.
a week from tomorrow,
It's a good game.
9 to noon, Force Company will be back from its little hiatus here. And I believe Connor will be hosting as me and Nick Frazier go at it. So excited for that. 615-737-1025 is our phone number. Time to get into the SEC. The SEC preseason poll came out today. Where do Tennessee and Vanderbilt rank? Do any players inside the state make the SEC first team? We will talk about it coming up next. Jake Lyman, Derek Mason, Connor Newt in for Jared Stillman here on Stillman & Company, 102.5, 106.3 The Game. This isn't just a concert, it's a cause. Trinitix Rock the Cradle helps give fragile newborns a stronger start and keeps mom close when it matters most, with Tim McGraw live on stage. And your support behind every beat, Ascension St. Thomas is turning music into healing. Tickets are on sale now at rockthecradlenashville.org. Jake Lyman, Derek Mason, Connor Newt in for Jared today here on Stillman and Company. Another great game of Where Are They Now in the books. And a big thanks to Dylan in Antioch on our text line driven by WilsonCountyHyundai.com. A point has been retroactively added to my score. Doesn't affect the record, but Malik Henry did actually play in AF1. So I got the league right. He did not play for the Southwest Kansas Storm, though.
You were close.
Sadly. The Billings Outlaws. I should have known.
Thanks to the texture, though. I did not know. I had completely. It was from Wikipedia.
Some of those guys are hard to. It's hard to track down where they're currently playing, right? Because they bounce around a lot.
It was from Wikipedia, so I'm like, I'll take that with a grain of salt. So I went on the Billings Outlaws official roster page.
And he's listed there?
And there he is.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
So well done.
I love it. Another fun game. Time to move on to the SEC. SEC Media Days wrapped up yesterday down in Atlanta, and we got the preseason poll. Have you looked at this yet, D-Mase?
Yes, I was looking at it. Yes.
So Tennessee 9th, which I feel like that's about right for Tennessee. Vanderbilt 13th. Vandy did get 2 first place votes. Tennessee got 1. Actually, looking at the SEC champion votes, we got 11 of the 16 teams got at least 1 vote to win the conference. That's pretty funny. Texas ran away with it. They got 96 first place votes. Georgia in second, Alabama third, followed by LSU, South Carolina, Ole Miss, and A&M wraps out the top half of the league. So Tennessee 9th, Vandy 13th. Vandy, I figured they'd be kind of in that range. I thought maybe they'd be above a Missouri or an Auburn, but I think that's kind of the grouping that they're in. Oklahoma kind of in that range too. So nothing too surprising in this order of finish projection. But I thought maybe Vandy would be a couple slots higher.
I mean, based upon what they accomplished, to an extent, Vandy, and then having Diego back another year, I just think it's just momentum going with Vanderbilt. I think they're riding a high, and I don't think they're going to come down anytime soon. And I don't mean the high, meaning they're going to win the national championship. I just think they don't think of themselves as the Vanderbilt of old anymore. And we've had Michaela on yesterday, and she talked about, just how that energy has filtered throughout the programs on not just football, but basketball and everything else. So I think they're riding that high. As far as, I think this is about right. If you look at, where each team, based upon what they did last year to this year, the only team that would be lower is Auburn. So, I mean, it's about right in a sense where they believe Vandy. But listen, people thought Vandy was going to finish last year.
It's a very good point.
And they end up, surprising a lot of people. So, yeah, if you want to throw them in there, considering the teams that are above them, it's hard to kind of argue it.
It's a good point because I think if you put Vandy in the ACC, you could probably make an argument that they would finish top 6 in that conference. They haven't done ACC Media Days yet. I believe that's next week in Charlotte. But obviously, you've got some teams at the top in the ACC like Clemson and Miami, and SMU was in the playoffs last year. Duke's supposed to be pretty good this year, but I think if you put Vandy and Duke on a neutral field together, I think Vandy could win that game. Vandy just happens to be in the SEC where you've got 10 teams who go into the year thinking they can make the playoff every single season.
Yeah. Let me see. So I'm looking at the teams above Vandy: Texas, Georgia, Alabama, LSU, South Carolina, Florida, Ole Miss, Texas A&M, Tennessee. Tennessee, I think, I do believe they may be They may finish behind Vanderbilt. I do believe. Now, where Vanderbilt finishes, I think they will finish, possibly higher than what they got them predicted.
Yeah.
But I think either Tennessee is going to be right there with them or they're going to be behind them. And a lot of it is how does the quarterback play and how do they fill those missing pieces that they lost last year? How do they fill them with transfers? Obviously,
Yeah.
I know they got some in, but can those guys, get in, learn the offense and the defense the way they need to, and for it to show immediately on the football field, because they don't have preseasons. They may have
right.
scrimmage game, but they would have a light schedule to start off some. But eventually, you're gonna have to start playing good teams. And if those guys don't pick it up quickly, and the quarterback doesn't play the way that they expect them to play or want them to play, then UT is going to take probably a step and a half back.
It is funny. We talked about it yesterday about how the SEC, it's hard to rank them, but you know the tiers.
Exactly.
And I'm looking at the points, which, they took all the votes together in the projected order and put the points together. LSU has 2668. They're in fourth. Everybody above them is within about 300 or 400 points, but there's a 500-point drop-off to South Carolina. So clearly the media thinks your national title contenders out of the SEC, Texas, Georgia, Alabama, LSU. Then you've got that next tier of playoff hopefuls, South Carolina, Florida, Ole Miss, A&M. And then there's a 200-point drop-off to Tennessee. I think they got it right. I think you can argue maybe one team should be higher than another team, but they're all kind of sorted into the right tiers of what these teams' expectations should be.
Yeah, and I just don't think, regardless of what because I'm looking at Vanderbilt and I'm looking at the points differential between them and UT. UT 1,700 votes. Vandy got 936 with 2 first place votes, and Tennessee only got 1, which is crazy. But is Vandy that far behind Tennessee?
I don't know. I think roster-wise, Tennessee does have the better team.
I think they're all. If you just look on paper, they probably will always tend to have the better team.
Recruiting rankings wise.
Exactly, absolutely. But with what they lost, and more importantly, at the quarterback position, and Vandy brings their quarterback back.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out, is it Vandy's schedule?
Vandy does have a tough schedule. Yeah.
But I'm sure Tennessee has a tough schedule as well. Why is it such a point differential between them and UT?
Yeah. Tennessee, and I heard Chase and Big Joe talking about this. When is the last time you went into a football season thinking, man, Vandy's got the advantage at quarterback? And I think it's hard
this year.
It's hard for anybody to argue that whoever starts at Tennessee at quarterback is better than Diego Pavia.
Exactly. Because we've seen Diego Pavia. We haven't seen these guys.
Right.
We know what he can do. We know he's a guy that's gonna give you everything he's got. It's not going to be because of him that you lose a football game.
Yeah.
We don't know what UT has. We haven't seen it.
And Joey Aguilar could end up being a perfect fit for Josh Heupel and take the world by storm, but he threw 14 picks in the Sun Belt last year. So it's like until I see it, I'm not going to really believe it. So who knows? I think Vandy maybe a tick or two too low. Tennessee maybe a tick or two too high.
Yes.
But I think in general, the voters got this right, which when you pull a media pool as large as that, usually it's going to end up looking about right for what we expect for these teams. 615-737-1025 is our phone number. The SEC media poll was released today along with the all SEC teams. We'll take a quick look at the first team when we come back. Jake Lyman, Derek Mason, Connor Newt. We're in for Jared Stillman today here on Stillman & Company, 102.5, 106.3 The Game. Final half hour of the week here on Stillman and Company. Jake Lyman, Derek Mason, Connor Newt in for Jared Stillman today. Taking a look at today's SEC preseason poll that came out. Tennessee projected to finish 9th, Vanderbilt 13th, and the All-SEC team came out today as well. On the first team, little bit surprised, maybe not shocked. Lenore Sellers, first-team quarterback.
With that.
I think him, Nussmeier, and Manning are all kind of in the same grouping, but I was a little surprised that Sellers was the one who got the nod at the first team.
Over a Nussmeier? Yeah, me too.
I think Nussmeier would have been my bet to be number one. Mm-hmm. And then Sellers and Manning, I think it's kind of like, it's just like some people are going to like one flavor, some will like the other. It's like the people who are believers in Arch Manning, even though he's only taken or started 2 games, sure. Some people might like Lenore Sellers' experience.
Well, they must think that he's going to elevate South Carolina big time, because if he's predicted preseason first team, all SEC over Nussmeier, I mean, I can see over Manning because he hadn't played much.
Yeah.
But he isn't even the top returning passer. Nussmeier is. And then Sellers, and right behind Sellers, I think is Diego and DJ Lagway.
Right. Yeah. And Lagway,
is Brady Cook still in Missouri?
No, he's gone now after his long tenure there. Sellers, one of 3 Gamecocks on the all SEC teams between first, second, third team. Dylan Stewart, obviously the other big name. The defensive lineman entering his sophomore season, and then Jalen Kilgore, their defensive back, made second team All SEC. Vanderbilt only had 1 name on the All SEC teams, but it was on the first team.
Yes.
And it's Eli Stowers.
He deserves it.
I'm excited to see this guy play, because he was, not to say he wasn't a good player when he came to Vandy from New Mexico State, but maybe under the radar.
Yes.
Now there's a good chance that he is the first tight end off the board next year in the NFL draft if he has a good season this year.
Yeah, he's the top returning tight end in the SEC.
Maybe all of college football.
Maybe all of college football. You're right. I think he may just be, if he's one of the best in college football, he's definitely the best tight end in the SEC. Now that Gunnar Helm, because I think Gunnar Helm led the SEC amongst tight ends.
Yes, I think that's correct.
So now that Gunnar Helm is gone, now you have Eli Stowers. And listen, if he continues to develop the way he has, it only makes the quarterback better. And he's gonna play himself into a pretty high draft pick, draft choice. So it's good. In years past, you wouldn't see a Vandy guy
on the first team all SEC team.
SEC. Now you have, a guy that is, and you say what you want about Vandy's quarterback Diego. He's shown that he's a winner.
Yep,
he's shown that he's going to do whatever's necessary to win you football games. So he may not be a first or second team guy, but he is just as valuable to his team that I think any other quarterback is, that Nussmeier is to his team.
It's a very good point. But you look at Nussmeier and Manning and Sellers, and it's like the traits are unbelievable, the arm talent, all that kind of stuff. Diego doesn't have a whole lot of that. He's kind of a shorter guy, not a huge arm, but he doesn't make mistakes. He barely turns the football over. I think he only had 4 picks last year.
If I'm not mistaken.
Maybe 5 or 6, but it was single-digit interceptions last year. He does what it takes to win football games, even though he may not have the NFL draftability of some of these other guys.
Diego had 4 interceptions.
4 interceptions, and he played every game.
20 touchdowns.
Like, you're not going to see him dropping dimes 50 yards downfield to the back shoulder, but he's going to make the plays necessary to keep you in games, and that's been huge for Vandy, especially having Eli Stowers. I believe Diego's comments, Chase asked him, how important is Eli Stowers for you? And he goes, that's like asking Patrick Mahomes how important Travis Kelce is to him. So
there you go.
That's a dynamic duo heading into the season. For Tennessee, no offensive players on the All-SEC teams.
Not surprised.
Which, they lost a lot on the offensive side. But Jermon McCoy he might be one of, if not the best cornerback in the SEC this year. He's definitely up there.
Mm-hmm.
So no surprise to see him on the first team All-SEC team. And then Arian Carter, the linebacker who was just down there at SEC Media Days, he was a third team All-SEC pick along with Boo Carter. So you can see with Tennessee kind of what we've already talked about with them. The defense, they've got a lot of players there. The offense with some of the weapons they lost, Dylan Sampson, obviously in the NFL now, and Nico leaving, that's where the question marks are going to be for the Vols.
Well, they're going to have to find some playmakers very quickly. And the good part about it is because of the offense, as long as the quarterback can, distribute the football the way he needs to, and that was the last two guys. Joe Milton wasn't as efficient, nowhere near as efficient as Hendon Hooker, and Nico wasn't as efficient as Hendon Hooker, which meant the last 2 years prior to this season, the offense it wasn't running at full capacity. I think the offense may have been running maybe with Milton at 60%, and then Nico maybe even less than that.
Yeah.
So hopefully he can come in. McCoy?
Jamal McCoy's the cornerback.
No, Jamal McCoy's the cornerback.
Joey Aguilar.
Yeah, Aguilar. He can come in and really take control of his offense, because this is an offense where, yes, they're going to drum up yardage. It's just going to happen. But are you going to consistently get those big plays that you were getting when Hendon Hooker was underneath center? You wasn't getting them the last couple of seasons.
Hard to believe, 43 days from week 1. Not even week 0. We got almost a month until week 0, and then 43 days from now.
I hate that old week 0 stuff.
Yeah,
it's like you play a week and week 0. No, whenever you kick the football off,
that's
when
week
2
1.
teams are on the sideline and you kick the football off and you do a coin toss, 2 fan bases, that is classified as week 1. To me,
it is strange. I guess it's for some of these games like in Dublin where there's extra travel involved, or Hawaii will come out. Like Hawaii came and played Vandy a couple years ago, and they did it week 0 because Hawaii had to take a long flight over here, and it would be tough to go back and play the next week. But I'm with you. Like,
yeah, that's whole week.
It's strange.
0's nothing.
Right?
Have they figured that out? 0 means nothing. So what are they saying about these teams? Y'all are nothing.
We get Farmageddon in week 0 out in Dublin, Kansas State, Iowa State.
That's it.
And that's pretty much it. Right. The other 3 are like.
Exactly. So what they're saying is y'all really ain't worthy of being on television or even being a program, but we going to let y'all play.
But it's probably good for some of those programs because eyes usually wouldn't go to.
People just want football at that point.
Right. It's like people are going to watch football no matter who's playing when you've missed it for so long. So you look at the week 0 games, obviously Iowa State, Kansas State's going to get some eyes on it, but later on in the day, like Western Kentucky, just down the road, Western Kentucky, Sam Houston, who in their right minds on a full slate of college football is going to sit down outside of Western Kentucky and Sam Houston fans and watch that game? Probably not a lot of people.
The Sickos Committee.
The Sickos Committee will be
those
watching.
that are diehard football fans will sit and watch that, like true diehard. It is for betting reasons.
You make a good point.
So.
But in week 0, you might find me sat down on the couch at 6:00 and watch Western Kentucky and Sam Houston.
I'll watch it.
It's football.
It's football.
We're dying for it.
Stop it with the week 0 stuff. Stop it.
43 days until week 1. Tennessee will be in Atlanta taking on Syracuse on that Saturday of Labor Day weekend. Vandy opens at home against Charleston Southern. It will be here before we know it. 1 segment to go here on this Friday. We'll wrap up the show when we come back. Jake Lyman, Derek Mason, Connor Newt in for Jared Stillman here on Stillman & Company, 102.5, 106.3 The Game. Wrapping up the show on this Friday, Jake Lyman, Derek Mason, Connor Newt with you in for Jared. Stillman and Company, 102.5, 106.3 The Game. For those of you who have missed Jared this week, don't worry. He'll be back on Monday, ready to roll for training camp.
Or worry.
Whichever way you go.
Do they miss him, really?
It depends.
I'm sure there are a faction of his listening audience that like really miss him.
Right. We make the joke that the text line whenever we fill in is either, oh, thankfully Jared's not in today, or it's, where's Jared? We want him back.
We've learned that. Yesterday was a great
loved,
example
man.
of that.
He's loved.
It's one or the other. We're excited to get Jared back. Jared during football
loved.
season. I'm excited. I'm sure he's going to have plenty of predictions next week because, he's got to make his
and he'll make me write them all down.
right. And you're probably going to have to make your record prediction too, right? Because last year Ian was the closest among people at the station. He said 4-13 or something like that. So maybe maybe that seed is magic. You've got it in your head what the Titans are going to do this year.
I'll make it, and then he'll tell me I'm being too positive. That's what's going to happen.
Probably.
Don't let him,
you should just say,
you to
he's not in my
change it.
head.
you should say 0-17. That way he can't say that.
He'd say I'm being too negative.
No, there's never too much negative for him when it comes to the Titans anyway.
At least right now. Exactly. Yeah,
Exactly.
Jared will be back on Monday, 2 to 6, normal time, back to the normal schedule across the station next week. So Derek will be back with Adam and Willie.
Yes.
From 11 to 2. Chase and
Yes.
Big Joe back in their normal spot, and Jared back from 2 to 6.
So everybody will be back in their spots,
Right.
ready to go
for football
And
season.
Forrest Company will
yes,
be back.
we're back next Saturday,
Yes.
which is
Thank God.
yes. We
We
took
miss
a
it.
little time off because we've been in here filling in. So next week, the 26th, 9 to noon, Force Company will be back. We'll be back to a normal schedule on the station. D-Mase, before we get out of here, I want to congratulate you again.
Thank you.
Being inducted into the Tennessee Sports Hall of Fame tomorrow. Anything you want to say on what it means to you as you get to experience that event tomorrow evening with your family?
Yes, and a good friend who's going to who flew in with his wife. We were all on vacation last week together for his 50th, and he asked me, he said, "Man, how does it feel?" And honestly, I said it hadn't hit yet. It just really hadn't hit yet. Not because I'm not appreciative and not honored, and not humbled, but it just like I've always been one of these guys that's just been even keel, whether good, bad. My ex-wife, she'll tell you, Marcy, we signed my second deal after my rookie contract, and it was a lucrative deal, and we just went home. We just went home and went about our day, because it wasn't about the money at that time, even though it was great. It was about me thinking I got to get better. So push that to the side, and I still got to concentrate on my family and everything else. So it still hadn't hit me. I'm a little I got a little anxiety, a little anxious for some reason. My family's in town, and all my brothers are here or will be here. My youngest brother will be here later on tonight. My sister couldn't make it. But my children will be here. My ex-wife will be here. And some good friends, and my girlfriend as well. So it's just an opportunity to sort of, for me, it's an opportunity for those people that, especially my son, my daughter, and their mom, my ex-wife, because they were in the thick of it with me when it first started, and my brothers were too, but I'm talking about here in Nashville. And to now, see where my career has taken me, and the honors that I've gotten and up until this point because of what I did on the football field. It's a great honor. But I'm happy that they get an opportunity to enjoy this with me, because my son didn't get an opportunity to watch me play that much. He was little.
Yeah.
And when he was at the stadium, he was playing around and, playing with toys or whatever in the box. So he wasn't looking. My daughter barely looked, barely watched, but my daughter understood a little bit more than my son. But this is an opportunity, even though my son has seen, videos and all this other stuff and probably heard as much or even more. about my years here in Nashville and in the NFL, he gets an opportunity now to experience sort of the fruit of all of that with me, him, his sister, his mom, and just my family. But, again, most important, those three, because I wouldn't been able to do all of that if those three didn't, especially Marcy, she didn't take care of what it needed to be taken care of at home and really, raise the family and everything else. So this is, as much as it is for me, it's really them, that's truly how I see it. Like, there's no BSing about it. That's truly how I see it, because I've never been big. I've never been that big awards guy. Like, it always felt funny to me, like weird to me. But then it happens and you still don't know how to respond to it, in a sense. Some people love it. Some people, they bring on more. That's who I am. I'm sort of like, I it's an honor. It's a privilege. I thank you. I'm humbled, but I still don't know how to feel. I really don't. And I don't know if it's not a bad thing, but it's just one of those things where I think I get more enjoyment out to see other people, especially the three that I, mentioned, my son, my daughter, and obviously my ex-wife, because she was there at the thick of things. Just watch them and see them, and then watch my brothers, like, because they were there, like, they introduced me to football.
Yeah.
When I was younger. And that was my little league football, playing against my brothers. I didn't play no little league. That was my little league. That was my middle school. That was my elementary. That was 2 years of my high school, playing with just my brothers, and then finally playing once I got into the 11th grade in high school. But they were that was the breeding ground for me. Playing with them in the inner cities of Detroit. That was the breeding ground for me. So I'm excited for them, because they all get to be here and watch. My old college roommate, my best friend, he and his wife get to be here. And then my good friend here as well, Emily, her and her son gets to be here. And then, Adam gets to be there. His wife, Bridget, David, and there'll be other people from 1025 that are there. But I'm just talking about, like, guys from this show.
Yeah.
And then, my family. But I appreciate it all. I appreciate the support from the station. But, Chase, everybody across the board, they've been awesome. They've been nothing but wonderful. It's been a wonderful place to work at. And then the way they honored me with it, it was just, it was a good feeling, but it didn't get out of it. It hasn't truly hit me yet. Thank you to Brad Willis, a part of the Tennessee Sports Hall of Fame. Thanks to him and his group for even, suggesting that I be a part of whatever panel they put together to see who they were going to make the Hall of Famers for this particular year. And the other individuals that, will be honored. Shea Weber, Shamika Holzclaw, and there are a few other individuals out there. I think it's 14 of us, I think, total, somewhere around there. Yeah, that
sounds right.
Tamika Catchings, as well. Holzclaw saying Catchings, I believe. And there are a lot of other people up there. But it's truly an honor. And maybe it'll truly hit me once I'm there and up there and asking questions. So, but right now it's a cool thing. Like I said, I'm a little anxious, have a little anxiety, but other than that, I'm fine.
We're excited for you. I know everybody at 1025 The Game, proud of you, and I hope it's an awesome experience tomorrow night.
I'm sure it will be. We'll have a lot of fun tomorrow.
Well, congratulations again. Derek Mason
yes,
going into the Tennessee Sports Hall of Fame tomorrow. Should be a great event. That'll do it for us. For Derek Mason, Connor Newt, I'm Jake Lyman. Hope everybody out there has a great weekend. We'll talk to you next week.
Be love on your people. Have a safe, blessed, wonderful weekend. Peace.